Hello everyone, I'm Mónica from Lab and shifting to Spanish now, cambio al español. Les cuento que esta es la guía de la película Groundhog Day, Hechizo del Tiempo. Y con esta guía podemos practicar la técnica de escuchar la película y verla sin subtítulos, ni en castellano ni en inglés, y así desarrollar la escucha. Las palabras que van a aparecer en la película son estas: Groundhog Day, a day in which it is said that a groundhog's behavior can predict how much longer winter will last. See plot summary. This is the plot summary. Phil Connor is an egocentric weatherman in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, who is assigned to cover Groundhog Day, the annual festival in the town of Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. A groundhog is a type of very large squirrel or similar rodent that has become important in American legend because it is said that when a groundhog comes out from its underground home in early February, it predicts whether or not winter will continue. I'm going to highlight here Groundhog Day. If it looks at its own shadow, winter will last 6 more weeks, and if it doesn't, spring will arrive early. In the movie, Phil goes to Punxsutawney to broadcast this event with his producer Rita and their cameraman Larry. The groundhog sees his shadow, and thus, in consequence, winter should last 6 more weeks, and that they should be the end of it. But in fact, it's just the beginning, for Phil wakes up the next day to find that it's Groundhog Day all over again. He's trapped in time, right? So unfortunately, he's the only one who seems to realize that this much loved day had already come and gone. The rest of the movie is a comic exploration of a very extreme example of déjà vu, the feeling that one has already seen or experienced something, trapped in some kind of time wrap. Phil seems condemned to relive the same day over and over and over. Fortunately, Phil is able to learn from the dilemma he finds himself in and gradually takes advantage of all the knowledge he gets after continually reliving the same day. Living again, the same day. Once he knows what people will do and how they think and what they like, he soon learns to use his knowledge of the immediate future. He learns to make money, impress women, and eventually grow beyond his angry and selfish ways in order to help as many people as he can, including himself. That was the plot summary. The next word is Alco, Nevada, a small town in the state of Nevada in the western US. Real estate, land, and other properties such as houses and buildings. A front coming our way. In a weather context, this refers to a system that will bring different temperature and climate. For example, a cold front. The Three Rivers area, the area around Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, United States. Frigid air out of the Gulf. Frigid is very cold, and here Gulf refers to the Gulf of Mexico. Pittsburgh, a major city in western Pennsylvania, a state on the East Coast. Going out on a limb. This is an expression that Phil uses, and the definition is a useful expression meaning approximately to take a risk. In this case, by predicting, Phil is predicting weather conditions that the other weathermen don't think is going to happen. He has a different point of view, let's say. Galoshes, plastic overshoes designed to protect shoes from the rain. If the groundhog wakes and sees his shadow, 6 weeks of winter. The word is shadow here. The dark image formed by the blocking of light between the source of light and the object blocking it. Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, the small town a couple hours from Pittsburgh where Groundhog Day is celebrated. The Home Shopping Network, a cable TV network where viewers can purchase various products. Come on, I want to stay in Punxsutawney. The most diverse phrasal verb in English. Come on. Here meaning stop lying and talk to me seriously. I'm leaving PBH. The call letters that represent the TV station where Phil works. PBH is an American network station, like CNN, for example. Groundhog Festival, the party in Punxsutawney for the groundhog who predicts what the weather will be like. The next word is swallows. I could see the swallows return to Capistrano 6 years in a row. Swallows are beautiful birds. This refers to the fact that every year on the same day, swallows returned from the town of Capistrano, California. To the town of Capistrano, California. The same dynamics that Phil is going through. He returns to Punxsutawney 1 year after the other, and it's the fourth year in the movie. He wiggles his little nose and looks in his shadow. To wiggle is to move from side to side with twisting motions, especially the nose and the mouth. Blood sausage, a type of sausage that most Americans would think pretty unpleasant. Is black or the color of black or brown, the color of blood. Morons. People are morons, a useful word for idiot or anybody who is particularly stupid. Okay, this is an offensive word, of course. It's a flea bag. I'm not staying here. Colloquial expression for a very dirty and unpleasant home or hotel. Fleas are tiny insects that always bother dogs and cats, especially now in summer. I booked you a very nice bread and breakfast. To book a hotel is to reserve it, to make a reservation, and a bread and breakfast, also called B&B, is a private home that rents rooms like a hotel. The trait of a good producer is to keep the talent happy. This is what Phil says. A trait is a characteristic or feature of a person, and here the talent is a colloquial way to refer to important employees. He is the talent of PBH. Okay, here comes the second scene. A Groundhog Day arrives and Phil prepares to broadcast the weather from the festivities. So they are already in Punxsutawney, and they're going to broadcast from there. Okay, campers, rise and shine, and don't forget your booties. Rise and shine is a common way to wake people early in the morning. Booties are protective shoes to keep you dry. Boots. Okay, blizzard, a violent storm with lots of snow. The big question on everyone's lip is whether Punxsutawney Phil will see his shadow. The name of the groundhog that will predict the weather, Punxsutawney Phil. Espresso or cappuccino, two types of coffee that are popular in the United States. Well, all over the world. We may catch a break. We may get some good luck. We may catch a break. Blizzard, precipitation, cold front. Terms used to describe the weather, a storm, rain, and cold air. Do you want to talk about the weather or just chit chat? Chit chat is an important talk done to pass time, to pass the time. Checking out today? To check out is the verb used when leaving a hotel. To do the check out, the check-in, the check out, or the check in. Okay, Ned Ryerson, Case Western High. Here, the name of the high school where Phil and Ned, the insurance salesman, went to school. When the name of the school is said, you don't need to the word school after high. Case Western High, not high school. Not necessary. It's taken for granted. We understand it. Remember? Not a chance. A common way to say there's no possibility at all. Not a chance. Got the shingles really bad. Bing! Okay. Shingles is a painful viral disease. Bing is a totally ridiculous way to say something like, exactly, you got it, short for bingo. Okay? It's very ridiculous, really. Bing! Okay. Exactly. Yes. There are many other ways to say it, but in the movie, Bing is great in the script because it's the word that the character would use, Ned Ryerson. Okay, the next word is dated. I dated your sister until you said no. To date is to go out with someone, usually with romantic intentions. I charged it like a bull. One way to say I attacked it forcefully. To charge. I got friends who live by the actuarial tables. This word sounds Latin. These are mathematical charts used by insurance companies in order to predict the risk of death or disease, etc. Actuarial tables. This is what Ned does. He works in an insurance company and wants to sell Phil an insurance policy. It's one big crap shoot. Anywho, a crapshoot is a good word to describe the idea of risk when you want to imply that life is arbitrary. Some people get lucky and some don't. It's a crapshoot. Nothing is for sure. And anywho is Ned's ridiculous way of pronouncing anyhow. Anyway. I got the ticket for you. A silly cliche for I know what you need. This is also something Ned says. A giant leech got me. This is Phil's line. Literally a blood-sucking worm, a parasite. A leech. Some have been partying all night long. Note that in the last 20 years, to party has become a legitimate verb. Not before, though it's still used mostly by teenagers. Yeah, they are hicks. An important slang word to describe uneducated people, usually implying from the country or a small town. Hicks. You tossed and turned. what a person does in bed who is not sleeping well. Toss and turn, to move from one side to the other. This tiny hamlet in western Pennsylvania. A hamlet is a small village. In the 60s, a word associated more with small towns in Vietnam than in the United States. Punxsutawney Phil can predict it every spring. That groundhog predicts it right every year. These two phrases are synonymous. They do the same old shriek every year. A great Yiddish or Jewish word meaning a method or way of doing something, often referring to a comedy routine or writing style. Strick. Strick. This is one time where TV fails to capture the excitement of a large crowd predicting the weather. A very clever line that captures Phil's cynicism. This is a trait Phil is always using. He usually uses phrases that contain a lot of cynicism. This is one. Prima donna, a good word for a temperamental, spoiled, or egocentric person. Nobody honks the horns but me. Okay, pal? We have two words here, honks and pal. As verbs go, honk is to horn, what flash is to toilet. Pal is a colloquial word for friend, but depending on the context, it can be cynical and express irritation. Okay, pal? What blizzard? Just a couple of flakes. A reference to snowflakes. What about the satellite? Any object that circles another one, usually from space. In this case, a reference to a man-made weather satellite. Celebrity, a well-known or famous person. Can I have one more of these? Can I have one more with booze in it? Booze is a word, a common slang word for liquor. Looking foxy tonight, man? Foxy is a somewhat dated word, outdated, for sexy or pretty. A man is often used for emotional emphasis, particularly in the common greeting, hey man. Is this troupe selling cookies? A troupe is a group of people, often of actors. Here may be referring to Girl Scouts who are known to raise money by selling cookies.